Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Tuesday morning market webcast. Okay, we continue to ride the lower Bollinger Band. We talked about the 100-day being open yesterday. It tested the 100-day. It tested the round number there, 2,800. Low yesterday, 27.99.75. Actually, it's a low from Globex this morning. It was 02 yesterday, 99.75 today. 2,800 held. It's gone back up to test the lower band on the daily. That's the 2 standard deviation lower band. So what we've been in for the last 2 days is something I call the channel. Let me zoom this in. You can see the Bollinger bandwidth is starting to expand. So what the bulls are going to try to do today is get price back inside the bands if they can. So let's zoom this one time and go back to a date that we care about. Okay, you see the lower band. Typically what you'll see during the course of band rides, and it applies the same for fierce upper band rides as it has for this lower band ride, price will start to trade in what I call the channel. That's the space between the 2 standard deviation lower band and the 3 standard deviation lower band. So we've been dealing with the 3 standard deviation lower band the last 3 sessions. It popped back up to the 50 yesterday. It's gone up to the lower band here today. So we've been in this channel. That's not really sustainable if for no other reason as a function of the bands continuing to expand from the prior compression. Doesn't really have a whole lot to do with price. Price can stay static and the bands will continue to expand, and then voila, you are back inside the Bollinger Bands. We'll have to see. Your lower band today is in and around 28.32. It's basically what they tested at 7 o'clock this morning. We'll have to see if 32 wants to hold as resistance for the remainder of the day, or if they're going to try to hop up on top of it. And that 32, that lower band will continue to expand, so that number will get lower over the course of the day. So the number one thing I'm looking at, that I'm going to look at 5 o'clock tonight, is did we get back inside the bands? If we did, then it opens the door potentially for a little bit of a, I guess you'd call it a relief rally. Now on the hourly, you can see you got monthly pivot up here. Here's your daily mid-band. Here's your weekly pivot. Nothing was threatened yesterday. They gapped it down, and they never really came back to even take a look. So it was a trend down day yesterday. It perked up a little bit in the afternoon, but that was ultimately rejected, and we closed, pretty much near the lows. Low of the day yesterday was 28.02. Made a marginal lower low off the open, and we've kind of been grinding it up ever since. So is this some kind of a flag that's going to break down? Or, like I said, are we going to get back inside these Bollinger Bands? I don't know. That's why we trade them. So I'm expecting a really whippy, choppy open this morning. It's been fighting over everything in the, call it 30 to 22 area all morning without any real direction. This is all still very susceptible to massive moves on news. And that, to a certain extent, is going to dictate direction for now. If they start throwing news at this tape that is perceived as positive, if the tape perceives it as positive, we'll head back up. If the news is perceived as negative, they could retest 2,800. If you're the bears, if you go back down to 2,800, you need to break it and hold it this time. You can't be creating double bottoms at a big round number like 2,800. The dip buyers will use that to come back and challenge the upside, and then continue. They'll continue up and through. So it should be a very interesting day. It's really the first day in this entire move down where I kind of feel like the bulls can kind of stop the bleeding a little bit. There's still a ton of huge resistance areas up top. 74, 95, all the areas that they had trouble with on this chart. All right, everybody have a fantastic day. We'll be out with some more stuff on social. Off the open, keep an eye on 27. You've got the daily pivot. our proprietary moving average, yesterday's open, and the 5-minute mid-band, all sitting at 28.27. All right, take care, trade them well. I'll talk to you soon. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princetontrader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.